Welcome back to Channel Nation of Glory. Today's story is about a man who carried himself with pride, dignity, and an undeniable aura of class both inside and outside the ring. A man whose journey was built on hard work, patience, and an unbreakable belief in himself. This is the story of Robert Francis Roode Jr., the glorious one whose wrestling career is a masterclass in perseverance, professionalism, and pure passion for the sport. Robert Roode wasn't born into wrestling royalty. He didn't have a famous last name, nor did he come from a family that opened doors in the industry. What he had was a dream and an unmatched work ethic. Born on May 11, 1976, in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, Roode grew up like any other kid, playing sports, watching wrestling, and getting inspired by legends who made the impossible look easy. From a young age, Roode was drawn to the art of storytelling inside the squared circle. The larger-than-life personalities, the roar of the crowd, the drama. It wasn't just entertainment to him, it was emotion. He knew one day, somehow, he wanted to be part of that world. After high school, Roode didn't immediately become a star. He had to grind his way up from the bottom. He began training in the late 90s and wrestled across the independent circuits of Canada. The road was long, and the pay was small, but every bump, every bruise, every sleepless night shaped him into the professional he would become. Then came the opportunity that changed his life: total non-stop action wrestling. In 2004, TNA was quickly becoming the hottest alternative to WWE, a promotion filled with hungry talent eager to make their names known. Roode entered TNA as a part of Team Canada, alongside Eric Young, Petey Williams, and Johnny Devine. Together, they weren't just wrestlers, they were a unit, a brotherhood that stood for discipline, pride, and patriotism. Roode's role in Team Canada was clear from day one. He was the enforcer. A powerhouse who could dominate opponents with strength, precision, and an aura that demanded respect. His partnership with Eric Young led to their first big accomplishment, winning the NWA World Tag Team Championship. For Roode, that wasn't just a title, it was proof that his sacrifices were paying off. But behind every success lies a hunger for more. After Team Canada disbanded, Roode knew it was time to step into his own spotlight. He reinvented himself as Robert Roode, a wealthy, arrogant businessman who demanded to be called TNA's highest-paid athlete. It was a character that fit him perfectly: confident, refined, and dangerously talented. Fans booed him, but deep down, they knew they were watching a star. His solo career began to shine brighter. Roode found himself in rivalries with some of the biggest names in TNA history: Jeff Jarrett, Booker T, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe. Each feud added another layer to his legacy, showing the world that he wasn't just another wrestler, he was a storyteller. Then came a partnership that would define an era: Beer Money Inc. Teaming up with Cowboy James Storm, Roode became part of one of the greatest tag teams in modern wrestling history. Beer Money Inc. was magic: two men from different worlds who complemented each other perfectly. Storm brought the brawling Southern style, while Roode brought class, strategy, and control. Together, they won championship after championship, and their chemistry became undeniable. Fans adored them, even when they were supposed to hate them. Because Beer Money wasn't just a tag team, they were entertainment at its finest. Every entrance, every promo, every match had a rhythm, a soul, a swagger. And when they finally split, it wasn't just a storyline, it was heartbreak. In 2011, TNA fans witnessed one of the most emotional storylines in the company's history. James Storm won the World Heavyweight Championship, but just days later, his partner and brother-in-arms, Bobby Roode, turned on him to claim the gold for himself. The betrayal was shocking. The crowd was stunned. Roode had become TNA's top villain, and he played the role to absolute perfection. With that moment, Robert Roode became the it factor of professional wrestling. He wasn't the loudest. He wasn't the flashiest. But every time he walked to the ring, you could feel his presence. The suit, the confidence, the slow walk. He carried himself like a world champion long before he ever was one. And when he finally became the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, it felt inevitable: destiny fulfilled. His reign was dominant, lasting over 250 days, the longest in TNA history at the time. Every defense, every promo, every gesture reinforced that he wasn't just holding the title, he was living it. He brought prestige to that belt through sheer professionalism and passion. But even at the height of his success, Roode never lost sight of what mattered: respect for the business. He mentored younger wrestlers, stayed humble behind the scenes, and continued giving everything to the craft he loved. While Tina changed directions and new faces emerged, Roode remained a constant, reliable, skilled, and endlessly glorious. After over a decade with Tina, Roode decided it was time to chase a new dream. When he joined NXT in 2016, something incredible happened. The fans who had once booed him now celebrated his arrival. His debut was nothing short of cinematic, and then came the theme song. Glorious. No, I won't give in, till I'm victorious. Those words echoed through the arena, and just like that, Robert Roode had become the Glorious One. His entrance, elegant, powerful, mesmerizing, instantly made him a phenomenon. Fans sang along every time he appeared. NXT had never seen anything like it. But beyond the song, beyond the style, there was still the same man, focused, composed, and driven by passion. Roode captured the NXT Championship, defeating Shinsuke Nakamura in a classic bout. It wasn't just a victory, it was validation. Years of hard work, years of being underrated, finally led to his moment at the top. He wasn't a rookie chasing fame, he was a veteran showing the world how greatness looks when earned the hard way. His time on WWE's main roster brought new challenges and new opportunities. From SmackDown to Raw, from tag teams to singles matches, Roode proved that no matter the stage, he could deliver excellence. He teamed up with Dolph Ziggler, forming a duo of veterans who brought experience and chemistry to every match. Together, they won the Raw Tag Team Championships and even the SmackDown Tag titles. But beyond titles, Roode had become something more valuable, a respected professional in an era of constant change. Fans began to appreciate not just his in-ring talent, but his leadership, his humility, and his love for wrestling itself. Then came a setback: injuries. In 2022, reports surfaced that Roode had undergone neck surgery, putting his in-ring career on hold. Months turned into years, and though fans hoped for one more glorious entrance, life had other plans. In 2024, Roode quietly transitioned into a backstage role as a producer for WWE. Some saw it as the end of an era. But for Roode, it was simply evolution. The same man who once commanded the ring now helps shape the future of the sport. The teacher had replaced the performer, but the passion never faded. Robert Roode's story is not one of overnight success. It's a story of patience, perseverance, and pure class. From the independent halls of Canada to the biggest arenas in the world, he carried himself with pride. He didn't need to scream or shock, his greatness spoke through his consistency. In a world obsessed with moments, Roode built a career on longevity. He showed that glory isn't just about gold, it's about grace. About walking tall, giving respect, and earning every bit of it back. Even today, as he helps guide new talent behind the curtain, his fingerprints remain on the soul of wrestling. Every match he produced, every young wrestler he mentored, carries a piece of his wisdom. Because for Robert Roode, being glorious was never about ego, it was about excellence. About setting a standard and living up to it every single night. His journey reminds us that success doesn't always roar, sometimes it walks in quietly, dressed in a suit, with a confident smile, and a heart full of love for the craft. Robert Roode may have stepped away from the spotlight, but his impact will echo forever. The arenas may go silent, the chants may fade, but somewhere in the minds of fans, that one word will always play. Glorious. Thank you for watching the story of Robert Roode, a man who gave wrestling his everything and left behind a legacy built on respect, hard work, and heart. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Channel Nation of Glory, where we celebrate the legends who made us believe in greatness. Because glory never fades.